Wayne's World, party time, excellent.
Welcome back to Game Day Battle, where Cleveland sports news meets biased and outspoken opinion. Got a full crew here tonight, ready to go.
Yeah,
We've got some awful news out of Columbus. Got some other stuff going on that's a little more positive in the NBA. So let's just let's bring it around the room real quick here.
Full spectrum.
Dale Shantz, Tercy, I know you spent some time eating some ribs this weekend.
Was that the rib burn off or the rip me off?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. Went to the downtown one. Didn't know that they were at Berea. Free parking, cheaper tickets, whatever. Downtown's the place to be.
All right. Well, so was it worth the $700 probably spent?
You know, I wish I could have more. The food was good. I would have rather had more for the money, but you know, I don't know, man.
Did you try a bunch of?
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
I did.
Cool. Yeah. Anything stand out?
I like the Jack Daniel's sauce, where you can actually get the Jack sprayed right on there. That was really nice. So shot
cool.
Jack right on them. That was probably
What
the
do they
best
call it, like Jack on the bone?
Yeah, Jack on the bone.
Well,
there you
some hot
go.
ladies there. That's some hot ladies working too.
Yeah, and they were hot too. So I got a fourth bone.
Zing!
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca's high school now.
There we go.
Awesome.
Party foul.
You'll learn to drink, dude. You'll learn to drink. We'll teach you.
I
Oh yeah,
remember-
right on the blanket. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
All right, that's right. I remember when I had my first beer.
Ah, that's so funny. The last time I heard that, I felt like my dinosaur. All right, so what are we talking about, dude?
We're just making fun of you right now.
That's awesome. While he sits in his pee pants. Everybody's cool when they pee their pants.
So Brett, I know you spent some time down there as well. You were working for the Monsters all weekend, right?
Yeah, we do. We started out what we call our splash tour, summer tour. We'll be out throughout the Cleveland area all summer long, and Friday, this is what kicked off our weekend, was at the rib cook-off. So it was Friday was really cold.
Not as cold as this. That was like a foam. Did you see that? Is that even possible?
We're gonna have that in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Ice beer on the nuts. That can't be good.
Saturday was all right. Sunday was all right. Today was just hotter than hell. I saw this guy yesterday, and
Yep, he hooked me up.
PST.
Yep.
What did you give him a napkin? I heard.
Free Monsters merch. It was my it became my all-day sauce napkin.
Yeah, I don't think that was their intention.
Hey, at least they're using it, right?
That's true.
When they wipe their mouth, like, oh, monster.
Come with some better towels then,
Oh,
instead of handing me a napkin.
more than a napkin.
I don't even know where I was going with that.
I don't know either.
Thanks for the free stuff, man.
Hey, no problem. Anytime.
Well, cool. Did you get out for the holiday weekend? Make it down there?
No, I worked Friday at the Castle, Saturday at Rose Angel, and yesterday I just kind of took it easy. Kind of cooked out outside, and that's about it.
Did you get out
Was everybody
today?
over?
No, I was so hungover from
I like it.
before.
I'm hearing you, man. I was feeling it this morning as
Yeah, I
well.
woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Come on, Monday off equals Sunday night party, you know?
Sunday fun day.
Very cool. Well, as Dale pointed out, I never introduced myself. Mike Glass. At chill all weekend.
Right on, man. What's up, bro? Nice to
It
meet
was
you.
busy, I know. Hey, for the first time after 31 shows, I'll introduce myself. And I didn't get down to the rib rip off, but they are cool. They are too expensive, but you know,
Yeah.
it is the only time you can really kind of sample a lot of different stuff. We've got to talk about TRESSEL. TRESSEL resigned.
Man.
So we got a bit to hit on that. Also, the NBA. Let's swing through the NBA finals and even into the draft, because there's been some possible news on an additional pick and or a second round pick we might get. So we're gonna get into all that. Let's start off with TRESSEL. Hell no, dude. That was legendary.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, so let's set the scene a little bit here. We all know about the trouble that TRESSEL was having with the stuff prior, and a few other guys were selling. He knew about it, or was at least told about it by a lawyer, and didn't tell anybody else. Although it did come out that I guess he might have told Pryor's agent, not agent, but somebody associated with him. So fast forward a little bit now, everything's okay, we thought, and suddenly TRESSEL decides to resign. So what I'd like to do is maybe get everybody's thoughts on why he picked this weekend to resign, all of a sudden. I mean, nothing new really came out. We had a few other allegations, but it was nothing new. And what we kind of think is going to happen here in the next, for this offseason, basically, until fall kicks around.
I'll kick it off. I kind of thought it all came out of nowhere. There must be something going on, some more sanctions or something that are about to be imposed on either Ohio State or TRESSEL himself that were going to be big news. Because we already knew about the 5-game suspension. We were ready to deal with that. And then, out of nowhere, he just resigned. So I think the fact that he lied to the NCAA when they started their investigation, where he claimed he had no knowledge, and then you try to cover it up. You know, it's the cover up is always sometimes worse than the actual crime. So, I'm really shocked. There must be something else happening behind the scenes that are going to unfold from this. Maybe Ohio State. They're talking about making us forfeit all of our wins from last year, forfeit the Sugar Bowl victory from last year, and maybe he just saw it all coming and decided to get out before it got any worse and brought any more darkness onto Ohio State football.
I think it had something to do with the school. They have an image to uphold, and I thought it was just bringing too much attention, too much negative attention.
So you think they just got to the point where they were they were just fed up with it and thought,
I think it was like
you
a
step down or you're out of here.
It was like I think probably something they came to agreement. Like, look, man, you're a good coach, and we respect you as a man, but we can't take this, because now, does this affect like the way you recruit now? Are you gonna still get good players to come to your school?
Well, let's talk about players we already recruited, guys who were forming relationships with TRESSEL.
That's what I'm saying. So this is it's building up. It can have a backlash on the players that we do get here.
And it's really sad too because it's nothing that TRESSEL did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
His players really
screwed him over.
Really shamed.
Yeah,
the entire
especially
university.
That Smalls, that guy, that receiver, man, he's came out and has said everything, and it kind of calmed down for a little bit. People started not talking about it. Once that Smalls came out and started talking, it hit the fan now. The way he said the stuff he was getting,
but everything that he said was not in any way related to TRESSEL. It was only assumed that if other stuff was going on, that maybe TRESSEL knew about this as well.
Well, that's why
TRESSEL didn't give anything. TRESSEL didn't arrange for anything that he said that he knows of.
All he did was get an email from somebody that told him it was going on.
Right.
And that was it.
And that was only with Pryor and the other guys.
Yeah.
Not with Smalls or anybody else. I guess it's the whole culture of corruption that was appearing to sort of blanket all of the Buckeyes football program.
It's bigger than Buckeyes. It's the whole league.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of college sports are so crooked.
Yep. What do you think, man? You think he was forced out? You think he...
No, I really think Jim Tressell's a very smart guy, a very smart person himself outside of football. I think this really came down to his choice. His choice happened last night. We all heard about it this morning, but he knew something. And the NCAA, their violations were coming up against him with everything coming up, I think, later on this week or in the next week. And someone's going to, with Smalls coming out and saying that kind of stuff, I mean, he's suspended for 5 games, but he could have been suspended for a whole year or even 2 years, something like that. So he's a very smart guy to resign now. And hell, that's even a shot for him to come back, because once you resign, you can still come back to that same team.
Yeah.
And he still has money towards him. Ohio State's going to pay that.
Well, he don't get no money.
He doesn't get the money, but he'll probably pick up the same contract that he is if he comes,
if he
comes back. Now, another thing is the whole agreement with the whole player thing is this is not the only effing university that's doing this.
Yeah.
Like, there's other college players out there.
Yeah.
I mean, why is Ohio State the only one in this whole spotlight? What about Cam Newton? What about this?
Exactly, but not
coach
only
was
that.
involved because
It
coach,
became
well, he
national
knew about
news.
it, not actually involved in it.
Coach was trying to take their backs. That's what
It
the coach
became
does.
national news, and the NCAA doesn't want to look like they can't handle what's going on.
I think this goes a lot bigger than TRESSEL, and I think this has politics all over it.
Oh yeah,
School.
It's
a school too. Yeah.
choosing to release a big news story on a holiday weekend. It's a political move. Politicians do it all the time because it's a low news day. People don't pay attention, so you can release something and it trickles out. There's not the big slam, and this is the type of thing that I think was in the works for a long time. I think when this initially all broke, they probably even knew maybe some of what was going on before, and like were along with TRESSEL, just kind of let it run its course or whatever. Them coming out and only suspending him for I think 2 games initially, and then he was the one that asked for the 5 games that his players were going to have. That looked like, you know, we're going to come down on you, but then you look like you're taking ownership of this, and you really want to make it right. You're going to take the 5 games, and then there's been a lot of talk about he was probably going to be suspended for the year by the NCAA, and possibly more.
Yeah.
I think all along there's been sort of a let's take a few steps and then see where that goes. Take a few more steps and see if what point this will stop. And it seems to have kept rolling and rolling. I think they probably always had somewhere around this time targeted. If things are starting to level off, the news is dying down, NCAA hasn't done anything or is not planning on doing anything else, we roll with it, whatever the situation is at that point.